All right, buckle up because today
Oh, yeah.
we are diving deep into the world of Spencer Hoffman, this fascinating entrepreneur who built his success on what he calls a millionaire mindset.
Right.
We've got this incredible interview of his,
Yeah.
packed with unconventional wisdom on wealth building, overcoming challenges,
Yeah.
and really understanding the power of your mindset.
That's not your typical advice, that's for sure.
No.
We're going to unpack his insights. And trust me,
Okay.
there are some real aha moments here that could change how you think about money and success.
So Hoffman really challenges this idea that wealth is directly tied to how hard you work.
Right.
He actually wants us to think about something pretty interesting.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed how some people work incredibly hard?
Oh, yeah.
Like multiple jobs even?
Yeah.
But they still struggle financially.
He uses that exact example in the interview.
Right.
And it makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because if hard work was the only ingredient for financial success, those individuals would be thriving.
And that's where this idea of the millionaire mindset comes in.
Right.
Hoffman believes your earning potential is directly connected to what you believe your potential is.
Yeah, it's almost like your beliefs create a ceiling
Okay.
for what you think is possible.
Right.
And if you don't believe you can achieve a certain level of wealth,
Yeah.
you're probably right, regardless of how hard you work.
That's a bit of a mind bender.
It is.
So what can you do about it?
Well,
Hoffman says context is king.
context is king.
He breaks this down into two main areas,
Okay.
your relationships and your belief systems.
And the relationship part is so key.
Okay.
Hoffman argues that surrounding yourself with successful people can completely shift your mindset.
Yeah.
And even open up new opportunities.
He's basically saying that success can be contagious.
It's true.
Right.
The conversations you have, the challenges you're exposed to,
Yeah.
even just witnessing other people's achievements, it all seeps into your subconscious and
Right.
it starts to reshape what you believe is possible for yourself.
It's like the old saying.
Yeah.
You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with,
Right.
but applied to your finances and your overall success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when it comes to those belief systems, those ingrained ideas we have about money and success,
Yeah.
Hoffman is all about challenging them head on.
So how do you actually do that?
That's the question, isn't it?
How do you shift those deep-seated beliefs, especially if you weren't raised in a wealthy environment?
Well, Hoffman says you have to actively look for evidence that contradicts those limiting beliefs.
Okay.
He wants you to find examples of people who started with similar or even fewer advantages than you
Right.
and still achieve the level of financial success you desire.
So if they can do it.
You can too.
Right.
It's about breaking free from those mental barriers that might be holding you back.
All right, so it's not just about working hard. It's about working smart, being strategic, and cultivating that millionaire mindset.
Right.
But how do you put that into action?
We'll get ready for a curveball because Hoffman's next point is a bit controversial,
Uh-oh.
especially for those who've always been told to avoid debt like the plague.
Debt. Is he seriously suggesting that taking on debt can be a path to wealth?
He is. But hold on, before you run screaming for the hills.
Okay.
We're not talking about maxing out credit cards or burying yourself in consumer debt.
Right.
Hoffman's talking about strategic debt,
Okay.
the kind that wealthy people use to leverage investments and grow their wealth exponentially.
Okay, so more like using debt to buy an income-generating property or fund a business.
Exactly.
Not buying that fancy car with a loan you can barely afford.
Exactly. He uses this example of borrowing money to start a business.
Okay.
Imagine you secure a loan and use it to build something profitable.
Right.
As your business takes off, you use those profits to pay off the debt.
Yeah.
What are you left with?
Right.
A thriving business and all the future earnings.
Yeah.
You've essentially used debt as a springboard to catapult yourself forward.
That does make sense, but I can also see how it would feel risky for some people.
Absolutely. And Hoffman wouldn't encourage anyone to jump into debt without careful consideration.
Right.
He emphasizes the importance of financial literacy, understanding how debt works,
Yeah.
and managing it responsibly.
Okay.
It's about shifting your perspective,
Okay.
seeing debt as a potential tool for growth, not something to be feared at all costs.
Interesting.
Now, assuming you're on board with this idea of strategic debt and ready to build that wealth,
Okay.
Hoffman has another tool up his sleeve,
Okay. What's that?
a fascinating little sales acronym he calls Rebecca.
Rebecca. Seriously.
It stands for Reasons, Emotional Reasons, Logical Buy Now.
Okay.
So
Catchy, right? Definitely memorable.
Yeah.
But how does that apply to building wealth besides maybe selling your product or service.
That's the brilliant part.
Okay.
Hoffman believes Rebecca isn't just about traditional selling.
Okay.
It's a framework for understanding any decision,
Okay.
especially those related to your finances and goals.
So walk me through it. How would someone use Rebecca in a practical sense?
Let's say you're thinking about investing in real estate.
Okay.
Using Rebecca, you'd first examine your emotional reasons.
Okay.
Maybe you crave the security of owning an asset or the freedom that comes with passive income.
Right.
Then you'd look at the logical reasons.
Right.
The numbers have to make sense, right?
Right.
You'd analyze the market, the potential return on investment, all the practical considerations.
And then the buy now part is about taking action, even if it feels scary.
Exactly. Because without action, all those emotional and logical reasons are just thoughts.
Right.
But Hoffman doesn't stop there.
Okay.
He lays out a compelling 3-step process for anyone looking to break free from poverty,
Okay.
regardless of their background.
I'm intrigued. What are these 3 steps?
First and foremost, you have to believe.
Okay.
Hoffman circles back to the importance of believing in yourself and your ability to create change.
Right.
Second, take action.
Okay.
You can't just sit around and wish for a different life.
Right.
You have to be willing to take consistent action,
Yeah.
even when it's uncomfortable or uncertain.
And that consistent action part is so key.
Oh, it is.
Because it's easy to get excited about a goal initially, but then lose steam when things get challenging.
Absolutely. Which brings us to the third step,
Okay.
a commitment to growth.
Okay.
It's about constantly striving to improve, even if it's just by 1% each day.
Right. Right.
Those small incremental improvements compound over time and lead to remarkable results.
So we've got the power of belief, using debt strategically, the Rebecca acronym,
Uh-huh.
and a clear 3-step process for breaking free from poverty.
Yeah.
What else does Hoffman suggest for those of us seeking financial success?
Well, he keeps circling back to the importance of your environment,
Right.
specifically surrounding yourself with successful people.
Okay.
But how do you actually do that, especially if you weren't raised in those circles?
Right. It's not like you can just snap your fingers and suddenly be best friends with a bunch of millionaires.
Oh, maybe you can. I wish it were that easy.
Right.
But Hoffman acknowledges it takes effort.
Yeah.
He encourages us to be proactive,
Okay.
find ways to put ourselves in situations where we can rub shoulders with those who are already achieving what we desire.
Yeah.
It could be attending industry events, joining masterminds,
Right.
even just choosing to read books and listen to podcasts created by those we admire.
So it's about actively immersing yourself in that world and being open to their influence.
Precisely. And pay close attention to their habits, their mindsets,
Yeah.
how they approach challenges and make decisions.
Right.
It's like osmosis. That success is bound to rub off on you.
Interesting.
But here's the really fascinating part.
Okay.
Hoffman doesn't just focus on the external factors like mentors and opportunities.
Okay.
He dives deep into the internal work,
Okay.
emphasizing the importance of self-care,
Okay.
especially when it comes to protecting your mindset.
That's interesting. What does he mean by protecting your mindset? It sounds almost like building a fortress around your thoughts.
In a way, he talks about the importance of having a supportive partner,
Okay.
someone who energizes you rather than draining your energy.
Right.
He even cautions against being with someone who doesn't support your goals
Wow.
or who brings negativity into your life.
So he's saying that our relationships can either fuel our success
Absolutely.
or sabotage it,
Yeah,
often without us even realizing it.
exactly. And he doesn't stop there.
Okay.
Hoffman also emphasizes the importance of controlling your thoughts and emotions.
Right.
He talks about the power of our inner dialogue
Yeah.
and how easily we can get derailed by negative self-talk or letting our emotions get the best of us.
It's true. You can have all the right tools and strategies,
Okay.
but if you're constantly battling limiting beliefs and negative self-talk,
Right.
it's going to be tough to achieve those goals.
He stresses that creating a positive and supportive internal environment is just as crucial
Yeah.
as surrounding yourself with the right people externally.
So how do we actually do that? Because we all have those negative thoughts creeping in from time to time.
It's constant practice.
Right.
Hoffman suggests developing self-awareness,
Okay.
noticing those negative thought patterns,
Right.
and consciously choosing to challenge and reframe them.
Okay.
It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity and fear to one of abundance and possibility.
It's like retraining your brain to focus on the positive and drown out those self-sabotaging voices.
Exactly. And, it's not just about our inner dialogue.
Okay.
It's also about managing our energy and emotions.
Right.
Hoffman emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you.
Okay.
People who believe in your vision and support your journey.
That makes me think about his earlier point about relationships.
Yes.
It's not just about proximity to success, it's about the quality of those relationships and how they impact our energy and outlook on life.
It's about creating a network of support,
Yeah.
both personally and professionally. That empowers you to thrive.
So we've talked about the power of belief strategic debt, the Rebecca acronym,
Right.
and now the importance of protecting your mindset and surrounding yourself with the right people. Hoffman has covered a lot of ground.
He has.
But I'm curious, does he dive into any specific strategies for overcoming obstacles and dealing with setbacks?
Yeah.
After all, the road to success is rarely smooth sailing.
He does. And he gets surprisingly personal.
Oh, wow.
He shares his own experiences with financial struggles growing up.
Okay.
The impact of his father's suicide, even overcoming a life-threatening health scare.
Wow.
It's clear those challenges shaped his perspective on resilience and what it really takes to succeed.
Wow, it's powerful. It reminds you that even those who seem wildly successful have often faced incredible adversity behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder, did he have any advice for dealing with those inevitable setbacks?
He did. He actually shared a philosophy he calls living on Saturday.
Living on Saturday? Okay, that sounds intriguing. What does that even mean?
Essentially, it's about approaching every day
Okay.
with the same passion, excitement,
Yeah.
and sense of possibility that many people reserve for the weekend.
Okay.
It's about finding joy in the everyday,
Yeah.
not just waiting for those rare moments of leisure or celebration.
It's like choosing to be fully present and engaged in your life, regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about his emphasis on mindset. Because if you can cultivate that living on Saturday mentality,
Right.
those setbacks might not feel so daunting.
Exactly. It's about shifting your perspective from,
Okay.
I have to endure this week, to enjoy the weekend,
Right.
to how can I find joy and purpose in every single day.
Okay.
It's powerful stuff.
It really is. So we've talked about belief strategic debt, the Rebecca acronym, protecting your mindset, the power of relationships.
Right.
Anything else? What about this millionaire mindset? What were some of his other unconventional insights on that?
Well, he challenged some pretty interesting traditional views. Like he questions the idea that a college education is necessary for everyone.
That's a hot topic these days, especially with the rising cost of education.
It is.
What's Hoffman's take?
He believes it depends entirely on your chosen field and aspirations
Okay.
for aspiring entrepreneurs.
Okay.
He argues that learning directly from real-world business owners
Okay.
might be more valuable than spending years in a classroom.
Okay.
He's not saying college is useless,
Right.
but rather encouraging people to consider if it aligns with their goals
Yeah.
or if there's a more efficient path.
It's about recognizing that success can be achieved through multiple avenues, not just the traditional ones.
Right, and that leads into another one of his insights.
Okay.
He talks about the myth of the overnight success.
I think we all need to hear that because we often only see the highlight reel of someone's achievements.
Right.
Not the years of hard work setbacks and lessons learned that came before.
Exactly. He calls it the 10-year overnight success,
Right.
emphasizing that real lasting success takes time dedication.
Yeah.
And a willingness to persevere through challenges.
I love that it's a good reminder that building a successful business, a fulfilling career,
Yeah.
even a solid financial foundation, it all takes time.
It does. And Hoffman's own story really underscores that point.
Right.
He didn't achieve success overnight.
Okay.
He went through periods of struggle, doubt, and setbacks.
Okay.
But he never gave up on his vision.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what allowed him to achieve his goals.
His story really is inspiring. It makes you think about your own relationship with success and how you define it for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about the money, is it?
No.
It's about finding purpose, building meaningful relationships,
Yeah.
and living a life that feels authentic and fulfilling.
You hit the nail on the head. And those are the kinds of questions Hoffman's interview sparked for me.
Yeah.
It makes you think, how can you cultivate that millionaire mindset even if you weren't raised in that environment? Are there alternative paths to financial freedom beyond traditional education and career paths?
It's about challenging those societal norms and expectations and figuring out what truly resonates with you.
Precisely. It's about defining success on your own terms.
Right.
And then having the courage to go after it, even if it looks different from everyone else's version of success.
This deep dive into the mind of Spencer Hoffman has been incredible.
It has.
I know I'm walking away with a lot to think about.
Are you too?
From the power of belief and strategic debt to the importance of mindset relationships and unconventional wisdom.
Right.
Hoffman's insights are both practical and thought-provoking.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that financial success is attainable for anyone willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
Challenge their limiting beliefs, and cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility.
It is.
And remember, it's not just about the destination.
Right.
It's about enjoying the journey.
Yes.
Embracing those living on Saturday moments along the way.
That's a great point to end on.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yes.
and keep diving deep into the ideas that ignite your imagination and propel you towards your own definition of success.